Welcome. My name is Barney Reese. I'm the author of How Blessed You Are in God's Promises. And I just read something that floored me. Now, I truly believe that you should always try to be able to better yourself and do what's right for others. I truly believe you should make this heaven on earth. And you should always be trying to help others in everything that we do. Some of us have mighty talents that we can do for others. Now, everybody's struggling right now in food, gas, and other prices around the world. This is not just one section, it's everywhere. And we're learning to cut back on things and try to adapt to things and do other things. But in reality, a lot of times I am studying abundance because I've chosen a certain amount of money that I'm going to have. I base it on the law of attraction, law of operation, and universal concepts. This is where I'm coming up with this information. And when something resonates with me, I just share it with you because I want you to feel this. So there was a young man. There was two young people that went to college a long time ago. And they went to Stanford University in 1892. And in that time frame, they didn't have the money to go to college, so they come up with a great idea that we'll have a concert Seattle, and I'm moving my glasses so I can read this, for the college. And so they went and they found Ignacy J. Paul Doriski. And they asked him if he would be in the recital if they raised the money. And he said it'll cost $2,000. Well, the young people went out and sold tickets for the recital, for the concert recital that they was going to have so that they could go to school. And in that time frame, what happened was the thing that happened to them most of all. He came back and the students come back with their head down and said, we just didn't have enough. We can only raise $1,600. I'm so sorry, Mr. Podoriski, and I want to apologize for all that I'm doing, and that's all we could do. So the young man wrote him a check for $1,600. He said, but I promise you that we'll give you the rest of it once we get it. The concert pianist said, you know what? He tore the check up right in front of him and said, that's not enough. He said, young man, this is what I want you to do. I want you to account all your expenses you've done, everything you've done, and pass it forward. Now, Podoriski later on became the prime minister of Poland. And in Poland, he didn't think nothing about it, but his people were starving. 1.5 million people were starving. So he wrote a letter to the USA. President Hoover was the president at the time, for U.S. Food Relief Administration for help. And they agreed. And later on, after his country more got stabilized, he went to meet Mr. Hoover. And Mr. Hoover said simply this. He said, Mr. Podoriski, I should be thanking you. Because of you, I've got an education. Because of you, I became the President of the United States. Now, what this means is make this heaven on earth. Do for others. Because as you do this, you're helping yourself. You are the spark of God. So think of yourself as one drop of consciousness of this. So imagine if you started doing good deeds every time you had a chance. You got excited, just like a small child, that you was able to give that dollar to that person on the street, that you was able to give them water, that you was able to cut their grass, that you was able to fix their home, that you was able to go out and give out food, that you were able to do all of these things. Imagine how wonderful life could be. Imagine how much love and joy and happiness you could share. There's people in the hospital that are sick that are never coming out of there, and their parents are praying for a miracle that they may never receive. Some get healed, some don't. We don't understand this, but that's just the way it is. But there's actors and people that come to these hospitals to cheer these little children up. These are children. There's people that are in the home, old folks' home, that their kids have just deserted them and said, no more. Mama and Daddy, we put you in here. You're no more. You raised us, but that's all it is to it. You know, we're going to put you in a home. There's people out here that are struggling to pay their bills, but you drive by. You go to the fanciest places, eat the greatest food, and you say, that ain't me. That ain't my problem. I got to take care of me. I got to take care of mine. There's always something going on around you. And you are the spark of God. You are that light if you choose to be. It's up to you what you do. Not by religion, but what you are. And when you help somebody, I'm a firm believer that it'll come back to you in another way. For those who are listening to this and think I'm crazy, that's fine. Cut me off. Most of you do. And that's your loss. It took me years to learn this. It took me years to understand this. It took me years to comprehend this. But the truth is, this is your heaven or this is your hell. It's how you perceive it. And you're looking at people that are hungry, people that are starving. You're talking about, well, the politician's done this. Until all 50 states get together and say no more, then you can't do anything. I'm sorry. And if you look at the people that are here, they're old. Most of them are decrepit. They need to retire. They've been in the office over and over again. This is the most corrupt country that there is because of this. Some are good, some are bad. But they're all doing the same thing. And they're all showing you what you don't want to hear, what you don't want to know. But then you got companies selling food to your babies and children that are killing them because they're raising their insulin level. They're becoming insulin resistant. They're teaching you nonsense to keep you coming back for more and more drugs and more medications. As our avatar wears out, we have to keep it up to par. But a lot of the times it's the food that we eat. And then we say, why does such and such get cancer? Why is this person dying? Why does this person have Alzheimer's? Why does this person have high blood pressure? Why does this person have all these health effects? What's going on? Why is this going on? Why? But yeah, then you open a package that's not even real food and eat it and wonder what's going on in your life. Start eating real food. Start taking care of your avatar. You only get one in this lifetime. I know this ain't what you want to hear, but sometimes things that resonate with me, I just share them. Make this world a better place. Pass on what you do. There's restaurants that sell a cup of coffee. And in that coffee, they say pay it forward, and they have somebody else do that. They do it with a sandwich, they do it with anything. But what can you do? I don't care what you give. I care what you do, because it will pass forward into you. This is a boomerang effect, and that's what's wrong now. The boomerang effect isn't happening no more because you're just sitting there in zone into your phone so much that you're not seeing the world around you. You're not feeling the universe. And the universe is wrapped up in you. You're wrapped up in this energy. You can't get away from it. It's neither good or bad. It is the universe. This is a universal concept. This is what they don't want you to know. Because once you understand this, you can change this. One day we're going to die. We live to die. Some sooner than others. But it's how you live that counts. What are you going to do? How are you going to help someone? Are you going to sit there and say, this ain't my problem? Are you going to be the man on the hill and do nothing? Look back in history. Look back at your kings and people that was overthrown and why. Look at what's going on now. Look around you. What could you do? How could you change your situation? If you're not wealthy, start studying the wealthy and how they got wealthy. If you want health, start studying the health and start going where the healthy go. If you've got around a bunch of deadbeat people that have no imagination, no desire to do anything, get away from them. Read your books. Listen to whatever. If you can't find nobody, get along and listen to people that are smarter than you. Experts. If you like what they're doing, go do what they're doing. This is your life, not somebody else's. Everybody wants to do the law of attraction, but they don't understand. It's just writing something down and saying it over and over again. Like attracts like. You start to believe that you can do it, and then you start to surround your people with things and other things to do it. No matter what that may be. I want to be an actor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to have $1,000 a day. You decide to do this, and then you figure out how, when, and where. Nobody else does that but you. Doesn't matter where you start financially. It matters where you end that financially. Think of yourself as starting the race, but you don't know how you're going to end the race. I hope this helps whoever needs to hear this today. You truly are well loved. So love thyself. Y'all have a great day. Goodbye.